Hello, 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 hello out there. How's everybody doing? This is everybody's favorite conservative in New York, Christopher Wright, here to present you with another one of my infamous walk and talks. And hopefully you enjoy, and I kind of cover what needs to be covered. Today, what I will be talking about in my infamous walk and talk is going to be what's the situation going on with the Supreme Court with Brett Kavanaugh, who's in the process of getting nominated for Supreme Court Justice. That's what I wanted to speak about today. As you all know, he's recently come out and he's trying to run for that position. And Senator Feinstein has come out and told the public, oh, you know, has sexual misconduct when he was 17. He shouldn't be nominated for the position. And of course, there's no facts or evidence proving so. And of course, Kavanaugh has denied what was said. So you gotta look at the bigger picture when it comes to what happened with Kavanaugh. And so if you take a look at everything, you can tell that a lot of that is nonsense, and they're just trying to use that to kind of stir things up during the campaign, you know, and try to take people's attention off the truth. And, you know, so again, it's procrastinating, hopefully win majority vote in House and Senate, and then come after Trump for impeachment, all that good stuff. So it's all a lie. So, but they just said the lie so they know that it could be, you know, they could postpone this whole situation with try to postpone it with the nomination of Kavanaugh, but I don't think they're going to be able to do that. But that's what they're trying to do. So it shows you where the left, the Democratic Party, where their minds are at. You know, they don't really care about improving the country. They care about getting out their agenda. That's all they really care about. So that's a problem, you know, and, you know, especially when there's no evidence. They're just making up false accusations. And I'm sure they're going to do the same thing for other Republicans in other positions, running for different positions in the election for the midterms. They're going to be trying to run, oh, he's racist, oh, sexual misconduct, and, you know, anything they can to kind of just try to stir things up because they don't have a policy to improve the country. So they're just out to just try to make the Republican Party look bad by, you know, using lies and propaganda, because that's all they have, because they have no strategy on actually how to rebuild the country. And if you look at it, the grandstanding before the election, and it's the anti-Trump resistance they're trying to do. Like, you got all these people saying, "Oh, Trump is so bad for the country," you know, don't follow him. You know, we're the anti-Trump resistance, and that's all they're saying. They're not saying what this anti-Trump resistance is bringing to the table, how it's going to improve the country. All they're saying is, you know, oh, we're not Trump, look at us. And it's like, you guys need more than just words saying that something like that is just bad and we're good. You know, what policies are you bringing to the table? And the Democrats, they don't have any policy changes. All they're out here saying is, you know, well, we're not Trump. You know, like that's some kind of answer to all the questions and the world's problems. And Trump is actually not doing a bad job for the economy. He's not doing a bad job for the country. He's bringing jobs back. You know, he's, you know, going after the national debt. You know, what he's done with foreign policy, what he's done with other countries, you know, anything that's going on with North Korea, you know, recently doing a parade, and, you know, they had just floats, no type of, you know, no tanks or anything like that, showing off the weaponry. So, you know, things are looking good for what President Trump has done for the country. But every time we turn the TV on and go to mainstream media, it's just somebody in the Democrats crying about something and, you know, making up a lie about something or something along those lines. So they're not really out for the American people. They're just out to try to make people look bad so they can get votes. And that's not, you know, no type of leadership for any country. So that's the problem I'm having with everything there. And you know, they've been using lies. The Democrat Party has, you know, sexual misconduct and racism, and, you know, all these things that they're saying is, you know, causing issues with the Republican Party. But what's so funny, it seems like everything they accuse the Republican Party do is what they're secretly guilty of doing themselves. And they're just being hypocritical. Like they say, oh, you know, you guys are guilty of this, that, and the third. And whatever they're saying to try to cast blame on the Republican Party for doing, a lot of them are secretly doing behind closed doors themselves. So, you know, when you got somebody trying to accuse somebody of something, maybe they need to look in the mirror a lot of times and see, you know, they're the ones who actually are committing this crime. That's why they can bring it up so easily, you know. So that's something to look at too. And if you look at leftist activist pressure on, like, for instance, Senator Collins. She's a Republican from Maine who's, of course, going to be voting for Kavanaugh for Supreme Court nomination. And they are even, leftist activists are coming after her. They're saying, hey, if you don't, vote against Kavanaugh for the nomination, you vote no or vote yes, then, for the nomination, then we're going to have to give $1 million to your opponent, donate $1 million to your opponent in the next election coming up. But if you vote no for Kavanaugh, then we won't donate $1 million to your opponent. So it's technically, maybe, I guess you can consider maybe not a bribe, I guess. But at the end of the day, telling the person, like, look, either you vote no against this person or we're going to do $1 million to your opponent. That's the closest you can get to a bribe as you can get. And that's how low the left has sunk, to the point where they are just bribing and just, low blows and, threats and everything else just to try to get a nomination, man. And it's like, what are y'all doing? You guys are an insult to the country. What's going on? It's like, I can't believe that they sunk this low, and that's what we're dealing right now, unfortunately, when it comes to the Democrat Party, is, this sore losing going on. And yeah, and so we're just trying to figure out the best way just to go about for the country. And when it comes to this whole Brett Kavanaugh nomination, get him in there, as quickly, as easily as possible. We're going to deal with the left's drama for a bit. But, it's time to get Brett Kavanaugh in there and just, have the Republicans have majority when it comes to Supreme Court justices. Let's have, let's get our Supreme Court justices in there, and let's get the country going in a proper direction. Because right now, as you can see, the Democrat Party seems like they just lost their mind. And, you see there, it's like a clown show, what's going on with the Supreme Court nomination and the stuff that they're doing. They're out here just acting crazy, acting a fool when it comes to this whole nomination thing. And it's unfortunate. I don't know if you saw the little performance they put on where they had, Linda Sarsour in the crowd and all these people getting up yelling during his initial nomination for Supreme Court justice when he was like day one. They were going through the process, and they were standing up just acting a fool and just screaming and yelling, and it's all set up. And it's just like, what is the left doing? Like, are you guys seriously? This is what you become. So I'm just here to say, walk away from the leftist nonsense, when it comes to this whole nomination for Kavanaugh. They have no evidence on them. They're just making a made-up story about supposedly something that happened with a 17-year-old female in high school when he's probably the same age, if anything happened, at a party, but there's, again, no evidence. And you got all these women coming out that knew him growing up, said the man's a good man, he's legitimate, he's not a bad guy. So, you got women who have no problem coming out saying we support him, and then you got a woman who's not coming out, who won't say her name, who supposedly got sexual misconduct against her when she was 17 years old. And she won't put her face out there, her name out there. So who do you believe? You believe the lamestream media and, their accusations from a girl who won't even show her face or name? Or do you believe all these women who come out, who knew him in high school and afterwards, come out and said, no, the guy's a good guy. And they have actual faces and names with this. So do you believe the side actually has evidence of physical people who know the guy, who have facts and evidence about what happened? Or are you going to believe the Democrat Party and, their lies they pretty much put into the American public, you know what I mean? So it's just up to you who you want to believe. But with me, I'm going to go with Kavanaugh. He's more legitimate than the Democrat Party and the lamestream media. So that's who I'm going with. And I'm not walking away from, that pick for Supreme Court justice. And I hope the best for him. So again, everybody walk away from the nonsense from the Democrat Party and make your own choice. And that's the best thing you can do for America. Enjoy your weekend and have a good morning. And God bless you and God bless America. And of course, before I forget, if you enjoy the content, please remember to like and subscribe. That'd be the best thing you can do for me. I appreciate it all. And you fellow patriots, enjoy the rest of your weekend. Have a good day. Bye.